If you could put Tareyton's charcoal filter on your cigarette, you'd have a better tasting cigarette.
Old Gold Filters, the cigarette for independent people.
See for yourself what a difference Kent's can make.
Remember when cigarette brands exuded curiosity and style? How did the 1970s, an era of the tobacco industry zenith, produce such iconic brands? Those memorable names left an indelible mark on both the industry and smokers alike. Join us as we explore the 20 cigarette brands in the 1970s we want back. Pall Mall was introduced in 1899 by the Black Butler Company in the United Kingdom, targeting the upper class as the first premium cigarette. The brand's name comes from a famous street in London's St. James area, known for its private clubs and frequented by the elite. Early on, Pall Mall gained a reputation for its innovative cigarette design. In 1939, they launched the king-size format, which is the standard 85mm length today, along with a new tobacco stuffing method that made smoking more effortless on the throat. By 1960, Pall Mall was America's top-selling cigarette. The company introduced 100mm longs in 1966, but soon faced stiff competition from Winston cigarettes. Its catchy slogan, "Winston tastes good like a cigarette should," led to a decline in Pall Mall's market share. In 1994, Brown & Williamson Tobacco Corporation acquired Pall Mall, and by 2001, it was repositioned as a savings brand with various filtered varieties. Today, Reynolds produces filtered and unfiltered Pall Mall in the U.S., while British American Tobacco manufactures it internationally, maintaining its legacy. Back then, a pack of Pall Mall cost around 20 cents in the 1930s, reflecting its premium status. As we conclude our look at Pall Mall's rise and challenges, the evolution of cigarette brands continued with Chesterfield, known for its innovative packaging and impactful advertising. How did Chesterfield navigate the shifting market landscape? Let's explore the history behind Chesterfield and its unique strategies.
Now, if the federal trade decision has made you wonder about the contents of your cigarette, you can be glad if you're smoking Chesterfield.
Chesterfield, a cigarette brand named after Chesterfield County, Virginia, has a long history. Introduced in 1873 by the Drummond Tobacco Company of St. Louis, Missouri, Chesterfield's initially combined Turkish and Virginia tobacco. The American Tobacco Company acquired Drummond in 1898 and made Chesterfield's until 1911. Later, Liggett & Myers took over the brand, moving production to Durham, North Carolina. Chesterfield stood out with its innovative packaging. It was the first to add an extra layer of wrapping to its packs, preserving moisture and enhancing flavor. In 1926, it launched the Blow Some My Way advertising campaign for women smokers. A 1948 NBC advertisement claimed Chesterfield was preferred by professional smokers. During the early 20th century, a pack of Chesterfields cost about 15 cents. In 2018, Philip Morris, now Altria, discontinued Chesterfield non-filter cigarettes in the U.S. Still in January of 2019, they began limited testing of 3 filtered varieties: reds, full flavor, blues, lights, and green menthol. Although Chesterfield has faded from its peak popularity, its legacy is a testament to changing taste and marketing strategies in the tobacco industry.
What gives Tareyton the taste worth fighting for? Worth fighting for. The bright, inviting taste worth fighting for. Worth fighting for.
Tareyton, an American cigarette brand, has an exciting history. It started as a variation of Herbert Tareyton cork-tipped non-filter cigarettes with the slogan, "There's something about 'em you'll like." In 1954, as filters became more popular, Tareyton was introduced as the filtered version of Herbert Tareyton without the cork tip. The filter had a 2-part design with fiber and activated charcoal. Tareyton was primarily known for its memorable advertisements. From the mid-1960s until 1981, the slogan, "Us Tareyton smokers would rather fight than switch," was very popular. Commercials and magazine ads showed Tareyton smokers with black eyes, symbolizing their loyalty to the brand. In the late 60s, humorous ads showed frustrated smokers trying to attach Tareyton's filter to other cigarettes, highlighting Tareyton's superiority. A pack of Tareyton cigarettes cost around 35 cents in the 1960s. Tareyton is no longer widely available in stores or actively marketed by R.J. Reynolds.
Benson & Hedges 100s are the new, longer filter cigarettes. 3 puffs longer, 4 puffs longer.
Benson & Hedges Deluxe, a premium cigarette brand, was founded in 1873 in London, England by Richard Benson and William Hedges. They quickly earned a reputation for high-quality cigarettes made from the finest tobacco. Their commitment to freshness set them apart, as they were one of the first to sell tobacco in cans rather than by weight. This dedication to quality and their luxurious image attracted discerning smokers, with their cigarettes mainly made from Virginia tobacco. In 1970, Benson & Hedges Deluxe was famous as a king-size filtered cigarette, costing about 45 cents per pack. However, despite their success, king-size cigarettes only held a small market share. During this time, sales of other brands like Silk Cut Low Tar cigarettes began to rise. Benson & Hedges Deluxe faced challenges, including revoking their royal warrant in 1999 due to lack of demand in the royal households. The brand's prominence faded, and production moved to Eastern Europe in 2017. As Benson & Hedges Deluxe faced a decline, what other brands were making waves in the cigarette market? Let's explore how Kent Micronite's innovative yet dangerous filter changed the industry landscape.
What a good time. What a good time for a Kent.
In 1952, Lorillard Tobacco Company introduced Kent Micronite, the first popular filtered cigarette. The brand became famous for its Micronite filter, which promised consumers the greatest health protection in history. However, this filter had a hidden danger. It contained crocodylite asbestos, one of the most toxic types. Marketed as a high-tech safety feature, the Micronite filter made Kent Micronite one of the most dangerous cigarettes ever. As smokers inhaled, asbestos fibers traveled from the filter into their lungs, significantly increasing the risk of diseases like mesothelioma, lung cancer, and asbestosis. Despite its initial popularity, Kent Micronite sold for around 30 cents per pack. Health concerns led to the removal of the Micronite filter in the late 50s. Kent cigarettes continued without this dangerous feature and remain available today without the infamous asbestos-laden filter.
Old Gold Filters, the cigarette for independent people. A delicious mixture of rich tobacco flavors.
Old Gold, introduced in 1926 by the Lorillard Tobacco Company, quickly became popular. Its memorable slogan, "Not a cough in a carload," helped it capture 7% of the market by 1930. At the time, a pack of Old Gold cigarettes cost around 15 cents. The brand's appeal extended to radio advertising, targeting young listeners with music programming. In the 50s, Old Gold made waves on television with dancing cigarette packages synchronized to an Old Gold jingle. The brand even introduced king-size and filtered varieties, further diversifying its offerings. However, by the 1970s, tobacco advertising faced restrictions, and Old Gold's prominence waned. The changing market conditions led to a decline in the brand's visibility and sales, and in 2010, the non-filter variant was discontinued.
But wait, one cigarette does all that today. True filter cigarettes.
In September of 1966, the Lorillard Tobacco Company launched True, a cigarette brand that aimed to distinguish itself from the competition. The brand's tagline, "Shouldn't your brand be true?" struck a chord with consumers. Initially, True cigarettes were full-flavored, but during the 70s and 80s, the brand introduced a version with reduced tar and nicotine. True cigarettes were known for their unique recessed filter, which included a plastic piece to prevent it from breaking. Non-menthol True cigarettes, affectionately called True Blues, were packaged in blue and white. When True cigarettes first hit the market, they were priced at approximately 35 cents per pack. In 2015, Reynolds American acquired the brand after purchasing Lorillard. Despite its initial success and unique features, the True brand was discontinued in 2005, ending its nearly 40-year journey in the tobacco industry.
You'll enjoy menthol smoking best when you're smoking twice as refreshed with new Bel Air.
Bel Air was introduced in the U.S. by the Brown & Williamson Tobacco Company in 1959 as a mild, filtered, king-size menthol cigarette brand. Its menthol flavor offered a refreshing twist for smokers, setting it apart from other brands. In 1968, the brand expanded with the introduction of Bel Air 100s. Back then, Bel Air was a popular choice for those seeking a relaxed, minty smoking experience. A pack of Bel Air cigarettes was reasonably priced at around 30 cents, making it accessible to many. However, by the late 80s, Bel Air faced challenges. The decline in menthol cigarette sales and changing consumer preferences led to its discontinuation. Despite its reasonable cost and unique flavor, the brand needed help to withstand the shifting market trends. Today, Bel Air remains a nostalgic memory for those who enjoyed its menthol goodness, but it no longer graces store shelves. The brand's legacy lives on in the memories of its former smokers. Bel Air, once a favorite for its excellent menthol flavor and affordable price, vanished from shelves as taste changed and sales dipped. What other classic cigarette brands face similar fates? Let's explore Raleigh's rise and fall next.
Sure do. That's why I smoke them.
Get valuable Raleigh coupons on Raleigh, filter tip, plain end, and on light menthol Bel Air.
Raleigh, a brand that once captivated many smokers, was introduced in 1970 as Brown & Williamson's first national cigarette brand. Raleigh quickly became known for its premium quality, which was designed for those who wanted a sophisticated smoking experience. The cigarette's smooth and enjoyable flavor helped build a dedicated customer base. At its launch, a pack of Raleigh cigarettes cost around 15 cents, making them affordable for many. However, as the 90s approached, Raleigh began to struggle. Shifting taste, growing health concerns, and increasing awareness of the dangers of smoking led to its decline. Today, Raleigh is a thing of the past and is no longer found in stores, leaving only a sense of nostalgia for those who remember it. Merit was a cigarette brand launched by Philip Morris in January of 1976. Its positive name was designed to appeal to consumers, and the word merit suggests something deserving of praise. The brand's main selling point was its low tar content, aligning with growing health concerns after the 1964 Surgeon General reports on smoking. Philip Morris invested heavily in developing flavor chemistry and additives to create a cigarette that offered a satisfying taste, despite its reduced tar content. At launch, a pack of Merit cigarettes cost approximately $1.25. Although the brand was marketed as enriched, Philip Morris kept the exact details of its less than 100 flavoring agents a secret. Merit quickly gained popularity and captured a significant portion of the low-tar cigarette market. However, by 2018, changing consumer taste and heightened awareness of health risks led to the brand's discontinuation.
It's America's most popular new cigarette.
Lark, a cigarette brand introduced in 1963 by Liggett & Myers, is a notable part of tobacco history. Its unique feature was a charcoal filter designed by Dr. Charles H. Keith, which used small charcoal granules to make the smoke smoother. Lark's maroon packaging boasted the slogan, "Richly rewarding yet uncommonly smooth." Despite several advertising efforts, Lark never captured a large share of the U.S. market, holding less than 1% by 2008. At its peak, a pack of Lark cigarettes was priced around 35 cents. Interestingly, Lark was very popular in Japan. In 1999, Liggett Vector Brands Incorporated sold Lark and the L&M and Chesterfield brands to Philip Morris Companies Incorporated, now Altria, for $300 million. Although Lark still exists, it remains a niche brand mainly promoted in Japan with minimal advertising in the U.S.
This is the thin cigarette you've been hearing so much about, Silva Thins. Latest U.S. government figures show Silva Thins lowest in tar and nicotine of all 100s.
Philip Morris introduced Silva Thins in 1967, aiming to attract a more sophisticated audience. These slim cigarettes offered an elegant smoking experience. Silva Thins were marketed as a refined alternative to standard cigarettes. Their slim profile and sleek packaging stood out on store shelves. At that time, a pack of Silva Thins cost approximately 25 cents. Despite their initial appeal, Silva Thins struggled with declining sales and was discontinued in the 1980s. However, the idea of slim cigarettes didn't disappear entirely. Inspired by Silva Thins, Virginia Slims emerged as a successful brand, mainly targeting women with its memorable "You've come a long way, baby" campaign. This new brand helped continue the trend of elegant, slender cigarettes long after Silva Thins had faded from the market. Silva Thins aimed to redefine elegance in smoking, but as trends evolved, so did the desire for sophistication in cigarette design. What new brand emerged to fill this niche for women? Let's explore the rise of Eve cigarettes and its distinctive approach. Launched in 1971, Eve cigarettes were designed to compete with Philip Morris Corporation's Virginia Slims, targeting the growing market of women smokers, especially African American women. The brand stood out with its floral packaging and slender cigarettes, which were marketed with the tagline, "Flowers on the outside, flavor on the inside." Eve emphasized femininity, encouraging women to celebrate their appearance. The cigarettes were longer than typical brands, measuring 120 millimeters instead of the usual 85 millimeters. This aligned with the idea of a slender figure and was promoted with slogans like "Every inch a lady." At launch, Eve cigarettes were priced around 85 cents per pack, reflecting their premium positioning. By 2002, the floral design was replaced with butterfly motifs. Despite its elegance and sophistication, Eve was discontinued in the early 2000s. Although no longer available, its legacy is a once stylish option for women seeking beauty in their smoking experience. In the 1970s, Philip Morris introduced Saratoga, a brand of cigarettes known for its remarkable length. These cigarettes were an extraordinary 120 millimeters long, making them a unique choice in the market. Their extra length was intended to offer a more luxurious smoking experience, appealing to those who wanted something unique. At the time, Saratoga cigarettes were priced at around $1.25 each, reflecting their premium status. Smoking one of these felt like lighting up a cigarette that seemed to go on forever, making it a popular topic of conversation at social events. While Saratoga's flavor was similar to other tobacco blends of the era, its distinct length set it apart. However, by the late 1980s, the brand's appeal declined, and it disappeared from some store shelves. Smokers might have found the extra length impractical or simply preferred shorter cigarettes, leading to its eventual discontinuation.
What gives Tarryton a taste worth fighting for? Worth fighting for. The bright, inviting taste worth fighting for.
In the smoky haze of the 1970s, Herbert Tarryton 101 emerged as a distinctive cigarette brand. It debuted early in the decade with a unique blend of Turkish and American tobacco, which provided a flavor that many found sophisticated and elegant. At that time, Herbert Tarryton 101 wasn't cheap. It was priced at around 60 cents per pack, reflecting its premium status in a market where most cigarettes were more affordable. However, as the 1980s progressed, cigarettes' popularity waned. The tobacco industry faced growing health concerns and shifting public attitudes. Smokers began looking for healthier alternatives, causing Herbert Tarryton 101 to fade from the spotlight gradually. By the late 80s, the brand had effectively disappeared, a victim of changing times and increased awareness of health risks. Avalon cigarettes first appeared in the 1930s as an affordable choice for smokers. They were a budget-friendly option at just 10 cents per pack, or 10 cents. The company behind Avalon Brown and Williamson reduced prices to attract customers, and sales quickly increased. But Avalon wasn't only known for its low cost. In the late 30s, they sponsored a popular old-time radio show called Avalon Time on the National Broadcasting Company network. This show featured clever sketches and musical performances while advertising Avalon cigarettes. Despite its initial success, Avalon's popularity declined by the 80s. This decline could include the emergence of competing brands and shifting consumer tastes. As a result, Avalon cigarettes eventually disappeared from the market, leaving behind the nostalgic memory of their 10-cent price tag. As Amelon cigarettes faded from the market, shifting consumer preferences and competition played a role. But as we look into Montclair, another brand from a later era, what made it stand out in its time? Let's explore how Montclair's rise and fall reflect changing taste in the tobacco industry.
A cigarette that's low in tar and nicotine, high in menthol flavor. New Montclair.
Montclair, a cigarette brand that once enjoyed widespread popularity among American smokers, was introduced in the 1960s. Known for its dedication to quality, Montclair quickly gained a loyal following. Its unique blend and flavor were designed to satisfy adult smokers' refined tastes. The cigarettes were packaged with the House of Parker and Simpson emblem, reflecting the brand's commitment to excellence. Montclair was priced affordably, typically around 45 to 50 cents per pack, which made it a popular choice for those looking for quality without a high cost. Despite its success, the brand began to decline in the 80s due to changing trends in tobacco consumption, health concerns, and increased regulation. As a result, Montclair gradually disappeared from the market.
Magna Classic – это неповторимый мягкий вкус, это новый угольный фильтр.
Magna cigarettes, introduced in the 1970s, emerged at a time when new tobacco products were highly sought after. Marketed as a premium brand, Magna aimed to offer a high-quality smoking experience. Magna aimed to stand out with its well-crafted blend, top-notch ingredients, and advanced technology. Magna's fragrant, flavorful smoke, which had a distinctive medium strength, made it truly unique. These cigarettes were also surprisingly affordable, priced at around $1.50 per pack, which was half the cost of Lucky Strike, making them accessible to a broader audience. Despite their growing popularity and appealing aroma, Magna cigarettes had a quirky downside. They burn quickly like matchsticks. This unusual feature may have contributed to their eventual disappearance from the market. By the 80s, Magna was no longer available for sale, but it left a memorable impression on those who enjoyed its unique qualities. Life cigarettes, launched by Brown and Williamson in 1948, were introduced with a catchy slogan, "A new cigarette for a new generation." Their wine and gold packaging, designed by Frank Giannanito, featured gold tobacco leaves and the Latin motto, Magna Vita Est, meaning life is great. This clever use of life was similar to other products like Life cereal and Life beverages, promoting enjoy life. What made Life cigarettes stand out was their claim of the world's finest filter. The design of the Life logo subtly suggested smoke channels, enhancing the smoking experience. Advertisements touted slogans such as, "You get more out of life," and "Enjoy a longer life," a bit ironic given the health risk associated with smoking. At the time, a pack of Life cigarettes cost about 25 cents. As smoking awareness increased, brands like Merit and Vantage became popular in the 70s. Brown and Williamson discontinued Life cigarettes in 1974, highlighting the irony of a cigarette named Life in today's context. Life cigarettes, with their iconic slogan, "Enjoy a longer life," were discontinued in 1974, highlighting the changing attitudes toward smoking. But how did the next generation of cigarettes attempt to make their mark? Let's explore the sophisticated world of Philip Morris Commanders.
When people like you try a new cigarette.
I can't smoke a filter cigarette. I don't enjoy them. But this is a very nice tasting cigarette.
In 1960, Philip Morris aimed to bring a sense of authority and sophistication to their cigarettes by introducing Commanders, a menthol-flavored filter cigarette. The name suggested images of naval captains and strong leadership, adding a touch of prestige to the product. Commanders were known for their excellent, refreshing menthol flavor and their elegant filter, which appealed to those looking for a refined smoking experience. The packaging, featuring a bold navy blue design, complemented the cigarette's commanding name. In the 70s, a pack of Commanders cost about 50 cents. However, as awareness of the health risk associated with smoking increased and public attitude shifted, Philip Morris decided to discontinue the brand. Today, Commanders are remembered nostalgically as relics of a different era when they briefly held their place in cigarette history. Though they no longer exist, their legacy continues to linger in the memories of those who once enjoyed them.